Say It with Roz. Today I want to talk about some of the unspoken things about the gay lifestyle. Now, I know how controversial it is to really say anything against the gay community. You know, they're very sensitive and they can really cause you some problems if you say something they don't like. So, but first of all, I want to say that I don't hate gay people. I believe in living and letting live. And I've only had one close encounter with someone gay, and we became very good friends. This guy, you know, that was gay. We met when he came to work at the company that I worked for in corporate America, and as a temporary. And everyone else in my group, you know, kind of shunned him. They didn't really want to befriend him. And me being who I am, I just have a soft spot for the underdog. And so I did accept his friendship, and we became very good friends. And he confided in me about some things. And I'm actually very glad that we met and became friends, because it allows me to have some insight into a gay person's life. Now, I know no one's the same. Everyone has their own personal story. But it did give me some insight, and it lets me know that we really can't not love our gay sisters and brothers. You know, they are people just like anyone else, and you don't know their story. You don't know their story. So you can't, and that goes with anyone. You don't know anyone's story. You don't know what that person has gone through, you know. So to judge them, you can't do it fairly. You just can't, you know. And I think that's why Jesus asked the crowd who was wanting to stone the woman who had committed adultery, I believe. And he said to them, "Let him without sin cast the first stone." So, anyway, I'm saying all of that to say this, that there is a dark side of the gay lifestyle. And I say that because of what my friend confided in me. He was abused as a child by one of his relatives. And he thought that the abuse was normal, was okay. He didn't know any better. But then when he did realize that what he was doing with this relative was not, something that everyone did, he was very upset by it, and he actually tried to change. He tried dating girls. He even, tried having sex with girls. But he said he just could not, get into it. So he just reverted back to what he had known, what he had been taught, So, and to me, that is very disturbing, I mean, that some older person, could be abusing a child, and turning them to that lifestyle, that is not right, that is not a good thing. And I believe that it happens often. I mean, just think about it. I mean, some children's own parents abuse them. You know what I'm saying? They do all manner of things to their children, So, I don't know. I know some people say that people are born that way, I don't know. I can't say one way or the other because I don't know that, And some say there's no scientific evidence of that, but I don't know, But how do you know what has happened to a child, How do you know someone hasn't bothered them? I mean, people abuse infants. You just don't know. Anytime that you leave your child with anyone, anytime your child is not in your presence, under your protection, that is an opportunity for someone else to abuse your child. Just look around you, all of the things that happen. And you don't have to be born, just say some people are born, they appear to be one sex, but they really inside are another sex, I don't know, but just say that does happen. Okay, let's just say some people are born that way, They can't help themselves. That's just who they are, okay? Well, everyone is not born that way. You can't say that everyone is born that way, because here's this instance where my dear friend, he was so kind-hearted. He was just a sweetheart, so generous, and so smart, and so beautiful. He was so beautiful. Anyway, here is his instance. He wasn't born that way. He was forced into that lifestyle by an older, I'm assuming, gay person, just like the straight community, you can say, uh, the regular community, people who are not gay, they commit all manner of crimes, you know, against people, against children, you know. So the gay community is no different. They're human too. They commit bad things too, you know, and this is one of them, you know, messing with little kids, you know, messing with young kids, you know, turning them into that lifestyle. That happens, people. But you know what amazes me is that everyone seems so, well, not everyone, but so many people just seem so okay with the gay lifestyle. I'm not saying that gay people don't have a right to be happy and to be with who they want to be with. Like I said, I believe in living and letting live. If that's what you want to do, as long as you're not hurting me and trying to force me to do what you're doing, you know, then it's okay with me. I can't make you do anything, you know, and vice versa, you know. If I want to live a heterosexual life, that's my right to do that, you know. So, but it just seems that no one ever talks about this side of things, you know, that I mean, they just make it seem like everything is all beautiful about it, and it's not. It's not all beautiful. People that are not gay, they're not all beautiful. Bad things happen, you know, and a lot of people choose to live that lifestyle. It has nothing to do with them being born that way. I mean, if people can be with a man, you know, for years and years, you know, but all of a sudden, you know, they want to be with a woman now, you know, they chose to do that. If they were so the other way, then it seems like they wouldn't even have a desire to be with a man. They wouldn't want to be with a man, you know. But I realize also that back in the day, a lot of people were in the closet, you know. But anyway, I mean, it's very complicated, the whole thing. It's very, very complicated, especially when you bring in you know, the religious aspect of things, you know, people that have religious beliefs that teach that, you know, same-sex relationships are not acceptable, you know. And so it's very hard for the gay community and that community to coexist together. But I think that we just have to accept life as it is today. And we have to respect each other's, you know, who we are, you know. People that have religious beliefs, you know, and want to stick to their beliefs, they should be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be forced, you know, to, or actually be expected to just throw their beliefs out the window just because a law has been passed, you know. So I think it's very unfair of the gay community to expect that, you know. It's like they just think it's so horrible for someone to think that their lifestyle is wrong, you know. But that's what people have been taught in the Bible. That's what the Bible, tells us. So, but that doesn't mean people have to hate. Look, people are doing all manner of wrong things in this world, you know. But we don't go about killing people or stoning people, because of the wrong that they've done. But that doesn't mean we have to agree with it either. Now, I know some might say, well, being gay is not wrong. Well, that depends on who you're talking to, because Christians, people that believe in the Christian Bible, believe that it's wrong. Okay? So, and you just have to accept that, people. Now, but that doesn't mean that now Christians are supposed to love everyone, but that doesn't mean that we have to go out and party with the gay people, and hang out and with them and get all into their lifestyle. No, anyway, it's very difficult. It's just very difficult. And, everyone gets bent out of shape when you start trying to talk about it. There's a big controversial thing going on with Dave Chappelle now, about some of the things he said in one of his shows, about the LGBT community. And, but I think it's, in my opinion, I did look at that video, his show on Netflix, The Closer, and The Closer, and I don't know. I guess some people might be offended, by that. But the guy is a comedian, for goodness sakes, And, comedians make fun of everyone, even themselves. So, and I think, in that show, I actually think Dave Chappelle actually said in so many words that, that he came to know, some gay people. This Daphne lady that he was talking about in that show, it sounds like he actually came to really like her. They became friends, Unfortunately, she killed herself, I think because people were being mean to her, maybe, I think she took up for Dave. But anyway, so it doesn't sound like he doesn't like gay people, or he doesn't realize that they are people, and have feelings, like everyone else. So I just think we have to be tolerant of each other. But we also have to make sure that we don't close our eyes to things that are not right. We can't just make it seem like everything is wonderful when it's not. And, I'm having a hard time believing that, people are born that way, because if you think about it, think about this flesh that we all have, And and the Bible tells us the flesh is weak. Flesh is weak. This flesh can respond to anyone that we will allow it to respond to. Okay? I mean, if you can get pleasure just from touching yourself, don't you think you can get pleasure from, I mean, anybody touching you, you know? I mean, male, female. I mean, people get pleasure from animals. Okay, so this flesh is, hey, it will respond to anything if your spirit and your will allows it. Okay? It's weak. It's weak. So that's why you see people, you know, this week they're straight, you know. The next week, you know, they're gay. How can they just flip-flop like that? It's choice. It's choice. Okay? So, anyway, I don't know, you know. I just get a feeling that people are glorifying the gay lifestyle, and I don't know why that is, you know. I don't. And another thing I think is that's very insensitive to Christians. But, you know, I guess the gay community, they probably feel the same way, you know. They were, you know, in the closet for decades, you know, so they felt like they were being discriminated against, you know, so to heck with the church, huh? But anyway, I think it's kind of inconsiderate, though, of I don't know who to blame, to tell you the truth, but if you notice everywhere you look now, you're going to see something gay. Okay, it's as if gay people have taken over the world. Commercials on TV, you know, almost every movie, new movie that you look at, you know, it's going to have something to do with gays in there, you know. So, but you know, having to see that all the time is really kind of harsh for, you know, Christians that, you know, believe the Bible. So, but I don't know what the answer is. I know I don't have any, you know, issues with gay people. I'm going to leave. If there's any judgment to be done, I'm going to leave that up to the good Lord, you know, the same way I am with anything else that's going on that I might think that is amiss, you know. So I'm going to leave it at that. But, you know, little children, they can't exercise their will, you know, to not participate in things that an adult or older child is forcing them to do, you know. So you just never know what's going on. You don't. You just don't. Things could be going on in your house, right under your nose, your children could be doing some things with each other that they shouldn't be doing, you know, experimenting, you know. Children are very curious. So, I've read enough and heard enough, you know, to know that these things happen. And I would advise anyone in today's world, especially, not to let your kids run around loose, you know, staying overnight at this person or that person's house. Or I wouldn't even let my kid go to a camp, to tell you the truth. Because look, how many times have you heard about these camp leaders or whatever they are, you know, that have abused, you know, children, you know. So it's sad. It's very sad that you can't trust anyone, you know. But that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. I mean, that's just how it is. So sad but true. But and this is, you know, this is everyone. I'm not just talking about the gay community. You know, they have good people too, you know, I'm sure. You know, like my friend, he was a very, very, very kind-hearted person, you know. So, I'm not bashing, you know, gay people. I'm just telling you like it is, you know, from my perspective, you know, my opinion, you know, on this. But you know, the saddest part about my gay friend's story is that he died from AIDS, and he was, I think he was about 30 or 31. He was very young and so handsome. And I remember the last time I went to see him in the hospital. And it was so sad. He had been reading his Bible and praying and asking God to forgive him and telling God that he would not do it anymore if he would just let him live, that he would change. That has stuck with me more than anything, you know. I really hated that. I hated that. My friend wanted to live, you know. So that's why I don't, you know, I don't have any hard feelings about gay people, you know. I don't know if they were born like that, or they were forced to be like that, or if they just chose to be like that. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know. You know, so I just know what happened to my friend. And it happened because someone abused him. They abused him. So, anyway, and by the way, I love Dave Chappelle. I do. You know, I think they're giving him a hard time more of a hard time than he deserves. I don't think he hates gay people at all. Okay. You know, another thing I don't understand is how some parents can be so readily, they can just so easily accept their child saying they're gay. I mean, I'm not talking about an older child or even a teenager. I'm talking about these little elementary kids, or parents are saying they're announcing that they're transgender. I mean, how does a child that young even know about such things? Hey, you folks need to ask yourselves. I mean, does this even make any sense? I mean, why would a kid even come to you and say such a thing? Someone's been messing with your child, people. Okay? Somebody's been talking to your child, convincing your child that they are this way. That's what I believe. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. It's too much of this going on. I just, and everybody's pushing it. It's no wonder these poor kids are confused, in my opinion. I do have some issues with that lifestyle, but it's not from a hatred standpoint, or I don't want to see these people happy or living like their life. It's the bad side of it. No one's talking about the bad side of this gay movement. I mean, little children should not even know about such things. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you, if I had a child that was in kindergarten, first grade, junior high, high school even, don't come to me telling me you're gay. My daughter coming to me telling me she's gay and she wants to start dressing like a man and acting, no. You're not going to do that in my house. No, ma'am. First of all, I'm going to want to know why you're thinking and feeling this way. You're going to have to explain that to me, And no, you're not going to change your sex under my roof. Now, when you get out of school and you leave my home, I have no control over what you do. But that's going to be on you, not me. I'm not going to help you do that, okay? And that's just how I feel about it. So, you can say I'm wrong if you want to, but that's how I would address that. I guess it's a good thing I don't have any children. Any young children. I do have one son, but he's well grown. So, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, I mean, everyone seems to, seem to present the gay life as if it's the most wonderful thing that ever happened, And maybe it is for some, but it's not for everyone, okay? Yes. Yes, yes. Now, like I said, we can't hate the gay community. You know, they are still our sisters and brothers. You know, and those of us who are brave enough, you know, can say what thus saith the Lord, you know. But we shouldn't even try to force that, you know. We should not, you know. And if you're really just turned off by being in the presence of gay people, then I guess you should try to avoid them. But it's going to be hard to do in this world. Because like I said, everywhere you look, you're going to see something along the gay line. But that's the world we live in. I'm going to close by saying that we should love and have compassion for all of our sisters and brothers, you know, regardless of what their lifestyle is. And we have to be tolerant of each other. But now, we should not sugarcoat things. We should not say all is well when all is not well. We just should not do that. Now, whether you think same-sex relations are a sin or not, the fact remains that some are being abused and forced into that lifestyle, probably as I'm speaking right now. So make sure that you know what's going on with your children at all times. That is my recommendation. So until next time, over and out.